For decades, science has told us one thing. The brain is the CEO of the body. It thinks, it decides, and it reasons. But the heart, it's just a pump, a simple muscle, moving blood. But critics of the Quran point to Surah Al-Hajj, verse 46, which says, "So have they not traveled through the earth, and have hearts, by which to reason?" Critics laughed. The heart doesn't reason, they said. That's a biological impossibility. But as we enter 2026, a field called Neurocardiology is uncovering something that is silencing the critics. Today, we put the human heart under the microscope. In the late 20th century, scientists made a staggering discovery. The heart contains its own intrinsic nervous system, roughly 40,000 specialized neurons. These aren't just nerve fibers. These are sensory neurites, identical to the ones found in your brain. This little brain in the heart allows it to act independently. It can learn, it can remember, and most importantly, it can sense and feel before the brain even registers the information. When the Quran uses the phrase, "Kulubin yakiluna," hearts that reason, it isn't using a metaphor. It is describing a biological reality that science is only now mapping out. Most people think the brain sends orders to the heart, but research from the Heart Math Institute shows that the heart actually sends more information to the brain than it receives. Your heart is constantly talking to your brain's emotional centers, the amygdala and the thalamus. When you feel a gut instinct or a heavy heart, that is your cardiac nervous system processing a moral or emotional truth before your logical brain can even form a sentence. This is why the Quran mentions the blindness of the heart. If the heart's little brain is clouded by stress, malice, or disbelief, the logical brain becomes blind to the truth. You can have 20/20 vision, but if the heart isn't reasoning, you are effectively in the dark. Now, here is where it gets controversial. If the heart has its own memory, what happens when you swap it? There are dozens of documented cases where heart transplant recipients suddenly developed the hobbies, food cravings, and even the memories of their donors. One famous case involved a 47-year-old man who received the heart of an 18-year-old boy. Suddenly, the older man, who hated classical music, developed an intense passion for it. The donor, he was a violin student. While science debates cellular memory, the Quranic narrative remains firm. The heart is the seat of the NAFS, the self. It stores the essence of who you are. So, was the Quran wrong to say we reason with our hearts, or was science simply too slow to find the 40,000 neurons tucked away in our chests? The more we zoom in, the more the errors of the past become the miracles of the present. Your heart is more than a pump. It is your primary sensor for truth. If you found this investigation insightful, subscribe to Islam Under Microscope and tell us in the comments, have you ever felt your heart know a truth before your brain did?